7.4 years. Assuming...
In the early 1960s, the casting process for the innovative television series The Outer Limits brought together a talented group of actors who would bring the show's thought-provoking science fiction stories to life. The creators of The Outer Limits, Leslie Stevens and Joseph Stefano, were determined to find a diverse and skilled cast to portray the wide range of characters featured in the series. They sought actors who could convincingly embody the show's blend of suspense, horror, and speculative fiction. One of the first actors cast was Adam West, who would later become famous for his role as Batman in the 1960s TV series. West was chosen to play Captain John Reed, the commanding officer of a military space station in the Outer Limits episode Controlled Experiment. His authoritative presence and strong screen presence made him an ideal fit for the role. For the lead role in the episode The 100 Days of the Dragon, the producers cast Philip Pine as General Mark Saunders. Pine, a seasoned actor with numerous film and television credits, brought a sense of gravitas and intensity to the character, which was essential for the episode's political intrigue and suspense. In the episode The Architects of Fear, Robert Culp was cast as Alan Leighton, a scientist who undergoes a terrifying transformation as part of a secret government project. Culp, known for his work on the TV series Trackdown and I Spy, was chosen for his ability to convey both intelligence and vulnerability, making him a perfect fit for the complex character. To play the role of the enigmatic and powerful alien in the episode O/T, the producers cast David McCallum. McCallum, who would later become famous for his role as Ilya Kuri Akin in The Man from UNCLE, brought a sense of otherworldly mystery and menace to the character, which helped to create one of the most memorable episodes of the series. The casting of The Outer Limits was a crucial part of the show's success, as the talented actors brought depth, nuance, and intensity to their roles. Through careful auditions, chemistry tests, and a keen eye for talent, the creators of The Outer Limits were able to assemble a cast that would help to make the series a lasting cult classic.
Have I your permission to go ahead with my plan? It's just...
The Outer Limits, a 1963 TV series, was brought to life by director Leslie Stevens. His directorial vision was deeply influenced by his background in theater and his interest in science fiction. Stevens approached each episode with a commitment to creating a unique world that pushed the boundaries of television storytelling. Stevens' style was characterized by his willingness to experiment with camera angles, lighting, and special effects to create a sense of otherworldliness. He often used wide-angle lenses and unconventional camera placements to disorient the viewer and create a sense of unease. This approach was particularly effective in the series' many twist-ending stories. In terms of collaboration, Stevens worked closely with the cast and crew to ensure that everyone was on the same page. He encouraged the actors to bring their own ideas to the table and was known for his patience and willingness to listen. Stevens also worked closely with the show's writers, often providing input on script development and making sure that the storylines aligned with his vision for the series. Stevens' creative influences included writers like Ray Bradbury and H.G. Wells, as well as filmmakers like Fritz Lang and Orson Welles. He was particularly drawn to stories that explored the human condition in the context of scientific or technological advancements. This is evident in The Outer Limits, which often used its science fiction trappings to explore themes of paranoia, fear, and the nature of reality. In bringing The Outer Limits to life, Stevens created a series that was both visionary and influential. His directorial vision, characterized by his experimental style and commitment to storytelling, helped to establish the series as a classic of early science fiction television.
You can still change your mind. No one will think the lesson.
The Outer Limits, a 1963 TV series, is known for its unique blend of science fiction, horror, and drama. It has many fascinating facts and anecdotes associated with it. For instance, did you know that Rod Serling, the creator of The Twilight Zone, was considered to lead this series? Throughout its run, The Outer Limits explored profound themes, such as the nature of humanity, the consequences of technology, and the exploration of space. Despite its short lifespan, the show left an indelible mark on the genre and continues to inspire new generations of storytellers. There are many surprising, funny, and even heartbreaking stories about the making of this iconic series. Keep watching this video to discover them all. Do you have a favorite memory or personal experience related to the Outer Limits? We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Share them with us and become a part of this captivating journey through television history.
It should cover every phase of the expedition from the day we landed.
The Outer Limits, a 1963 TV series, was known for its unique set design and innovative techniques. The show's creators, Leslie Stevens and Joseph Stefano, wanted to differentiate it from other sci-fi series, so they focused on creating an ominous and unsettling atmosphere. The set design was a crucial aspect of this approach. The team, led by art director Robert Kinoshita, created a distinctive look using dark, moody sets and unconventional props. For instance, they used a large, circular spinning set to create the control voice sequences, which introduced each episode. This technique was quite innovative for the time and added to the show's eerie and unsettling feel. Locations were often limited due to budget constraints, so the team had to be creative. They used a variety of studio sets and locations around Los Angeles to create the series' diverse settings, from alien planets to secret military bases. Filming the series also presented several logistical challenges. The show's high-concept episodes, which often featured complex special effects, required a lot of time and resources. The team had to work quickly and efficiently to meet their tight production schedule. One innovative technique employed during production was the use of a new type of camera rig. This rig, known as the Cineflex, allowed for smooth, steady camera movements, which added to the show's cinematic feel. Despite the challenges, the team behind The Outer Limits managed to create a truly unique and groundbreaking series that continues to captivate audiences today.
Area. Here we are with the deuces in the trays singing Big Time Daddy.
In 1963, I was introduced to a groundbreaking television series called The Outer Limits. My father, who had a knack for discovering unique shows, suggested we watch this new series together. From the very first episode, I was captivated by its distinct visuals, subversive sound effects, and haunting music. The opening sequence, with its sine wave pattern, was a prelude to the awe and mystery that awaited viewers. The stories presented in The Outer Limits were thought-provoking and often featured monsters that were not what they seemed. As a young child, I found these episodes both fascinating and terrifying. The music, composed by Dominic Fortier, added an extra layer of depth to the stories, enhancing the mood and guiding the viewer's emotions. Unfortunately, the second season of The Outer Limits did not live up to the high standards set by the first. The music was replaced by a more generic score, and the overall quality of the episodes suffered. Despite this, I still hold the first season in high regard and consider it to be a shining example of quality television. Some of the most memorable episodes of The Outer Limits include Architects of Fear, in which a scientist attempts to create a monster to scare humanity into peace, and the Bolero Shield, which tells the story of a family's encounter with an alien being. Zany Misfits is another standout episode, featuring a group of aliens who are exiled to Earth and wreak havoc on a small town. In conclusion, The Outer Limits is a classic science fiction series that offers a unique blend of horror, mystery, and thought-provoking storytelling. While the second season does not live up to the first, the series as a whole is well worth watching for fans of the genre.
Ready.
I'll talk to you in the morning, Chuck. You're doing a wonderful job.
Look at the material I have to work with.
Good night, everybody.
The Outer Limits, a 1963 TV series, used music effectively to enhance its narrative and emotional tone. The show's composers, Dominic Fortier and Harry Lubin, created a haunting and suspenseful score that perfectly complemented the series' science fiction themes. Fortier, the series' primary composer, used unconventional instruments and techniques to create a unique sound. He often incorporated electronic sounds and experimental compositions, which added to the eerie and unsettling atmosphere of the show. Fortier's main title theme, with its ominous brass and percussion, set the stage for each episode, alerting viewers that they were about to enter a world of the unknown. Lubin, who composed for the series' first season, was known for his use of the theremin, an electronic instrument with a distinctive ethereal sound. The theremin's otherworldly quality was a perfect fit for The Outer Limits, and Lubin used it to great effect in many of the series' most memorable cues. The composers worked closely with the show's creators to ensure that the music enhances the narrative. They often use leitmotifs, or recurring musical themes, to represent characters or concepts. For example, a distinct musical theme might play whenever a particular character appeared, or whenever a certain plot device was used. This helped to create a sense of continuity and cohesion throughout the series. The soundtrack also included popular songs from the 1960s, which were used to contrast with the show's eerie score. These songs, played during lighter moments or transitions, provided a sense of familiarity and normalcy, making the strange and unsettling elements of the show even more effective. In interviews, both Fortier and Lubin have discussed their work on The Outer Limits. They spoke about the challenges of creating music for a science fiction series and the importance of using music to enhance the narrative and emotional tone. They also discussed their creative process, including their use of unconventional instruments and techniques. In conclusion, the music of The Outer Limits played a crucial role in the series' success. The composer's innovative approaches and close collaboration with the show's creators resulted in a score and soundtrack that perfectly complemented the narrative and emotional tone of the series. The music of The Outer Limits remains a testament to the power of music in storytelling and a memorable part of the series' enduring legacy.
Legitimate actress. I can't wait to step out.
Henry Silva made his mark in the movie industry between 1966 and 1977, appearing in at least 25 films, the majority of which were Italian Poliziotteschi films. In these movies, he often took on roles such as the villain, hitman, or a dark hero. Some of his most notable films from this period include The Italian Connection in 1972, The Boss in 1973, and Almost Human in 1974. Leonard Nimoy, known for his role as Spock in Star Trek, also made his mark in The Outer Limits, appearing in the 1964 episode's production and Decay of Strange Particles in I, Robot. He reprised his role in I, Robot in the 1995 revival of the series. Nimoy's contributions to The Outer Limits are notable, as he is one of only 5 actors to appear in both the original and revival series. Despite being offered the role of executive producer for Star Trek: The Next Generation in 1987, Nimoy declined, expressing doubts about the show's potential for success.
He asked me to stay with him. And
One of the most iconic scenes in the 1963 TV series The Outer Limits is from the episode The Architects of Fear. The scene where a man, Clement, volunteers to undergo a transformation into an alien to prevent a war is particularly memorable. The direction by Byron Haskin is tense and suspenseful, with close-ups of Clement's face showing his fear and determination. The performance by Robert Culp as Clement is exceptional, conveying a range of emotions from fear to resolve. The cinematography by Conrad Hall is also noteworthy, with the use of shadows and light to create a sense of mystery and unease. In an interview, Haskin stated, "I wanted to create a sense of claustrophobia and fear to put the audience in Clement's shoes." Culp also commented on the scene, saying, "It was a challenging role, but also very rewarding. I wanted to show the human side of Clement, his fear and courage." The impact of this scene on the audience is significant. It is a powerful exploration of the human condition, the lengths people will go to prevent war, and the consequences of those actions. The scene has been analyzed and discussed by film scholars and fans alike, and remains a classic moment in television history. Another iconic scene is from the episode Demon with a Glass Hand, where a man with a robotic hand tries to piece together his past and identity. The scene where he fights off attackers while simultaneously using his robotic hand to access memories is a standout. The direction by Byron Haskin is fast-paced and thrilling, with innovative camera angles and editing. The performance by Robert Culp, who also stars in this episode, is once again noteworthy, as he conveys a sense of confusion and determination. The cinematography by Conrad Hall is also impressive, with the use of practical effects to create the robotic hand. In an interview, Haskin stated, "I wanted to create a sense of urgency and danger to put the audience on the edge of their seats." Culp also commented on the scene, saying, "It was a physical and emotional challenge, but also very exciting. I wanted to show the character's desperation and determination." The impact of this scene on the audience is also significant. It is a thrilling and suspenseful moment with a unique and memorable concept. The scene has been praised for its innovative direction, performance, and visual effects, and remains a fan favorite.
Gods. What about Steve? Did they select him? Yes.
Sally Kellerman, known for her role in the television series The Outer Limits, took on the character of Julia Seton in the play Holiday at the Amundsen Theater from October 3 to November 15, 1980. She shared the stage with Kevin Kline, Morris Evans, and Marissa Berenson. Henry Silva, another actor who appeared in The Outer Limits, was famous for his portrayal of villains. Although he played the lead in The Return of Mr. Moto in 1965, he later expressed that it was his worst work. Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, was a frequent visitor to the set of The Outer Limits. He admired the series and employed many of its crew, cast, costumes, and props in his own show.
Questions are always answered at the cost of human life.
The Outer Limits, a 1963 sci-fi TV series, left a significant cultural and social impact. Its innovative storytelling and unique visual style resonated with audiences, making it a notable precursor to future sci-fi productions. The show explored thought-provoking themes, often presenting allegories for contemporary social and cultural issues. For instance, episodes like The Architects of Fear and Obytee touched on fear of the unknown and government surveillance, respectively, sparking discussions among viewers. The series also featured diverse characters, pushing boundaries for representation on television at the time. In terms of pop culture, The Outer Limits influenced various subsequent productions, including movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey and TV series like The Twilight Zone and Black Mirror. Its impact can also be seen in literature, comic books, and video games, where creators continue to draw inspiration from its blend of science fiction, horror, and social commentary. Moreover, the series served as a platform for many actors who would later become household names, such as Martin Landau, Robert Duvall, and William Shatner, contributing to their development as talented performers. Overall, The Outer Limits left an indelible mark on the cultural and social landscape, continuing to captivate audiences and inspire creators to this day. In 1970, actress Sally Kellerman married Rick Edelstein, surrounded by her bridesmaids Luana Anders, Anjanette Comer, Elizabeth Hush, and Joanne Linville. The marriage ended in divorce 2 years later, leaving Kellerman with 4 stepdaughters. The first season of The Outer Limits from 1963 featured a musical score by Dominic Fortier and Robert Van Epps. Fortier composed new music and reused some of his compositions from previous shows, such as Stony Brook. For the second season, Harry Lubin took over the scoring duties, also creating new music and reusing some of his pieces from earlier series, like One Step Beyond. Henry Silva is known for his recurring role as Bane in various animated series. He portrayed the character in Batman, the animated series, Superman the animated series, and the New Batman Adventures.
Morality and decency, and that should be explanation enough, but
The Outer Limits, a 1963 science fiction television series, received positive reviews from critics and audiences alike for its innovative storytelling and unique visual style. The show was praised for its ambitious approach to science fiction, which often explored complex themes and ideas. Notable television critic Jack Good of the New York Times described The Outer Limits as a genuine attempt to achieve something more than the run-of-the-mill TV series. He commended the show's writing, direction, and special effects, which he felt set it apart from other programs on the air at the time. Audiences were also captivated by the series, with many praising its imaginative storylines and memorable characters. The show's distinctive control voice, which introduced each episode with a philosophical monologue, became a fan favorite and added to the show's mystique. The Outer Limits was also recognized with several award nominations during its run. In 1964, the series received 2 Emmy Award nominations, including for Outstanding Achievement in Cinematography and Outstanding Achievement in Film Editing. While the show did not win in either category, the nominations were a testament to the high level of craftsmanship and artistry that went into each episode. The accolades and positive reception that The Outer Limits received were significant for those involved in the series. For the writers, directors, and actors, the recognition was a validation of their creative vision and a testament to their talent and dedication. The nominations and positive reviews also helped to establish The Outer Limits as a landmark television series, one that continues to be celebrated and admired by fans and critics alike. Overall, the critical reception and awards that The Outer Limits received were a reflection of the show's enduring appeal and its impact on the world of science fiction television. The series remains a beloved classic, one that continues to inspire and captivate audiences with its imaginative storytelling and thought-provoking themes.
And your fingernail.
Leonard Nimoy, known for his role in Star Trek The Next Generation, faced a scheduling challenge while filming the two-part episode Unification. Interestingly, Part 2 was shot before Part 1 due to this constraint. In a different context, Vic Perrin, the narrator for The Outer Limits, recorded most of his opening and closing narrations in just 1 or 2 studio sessions. He didn't know the content of the episodes, but joked about his ability to sound authoritative on unfamiliar topics. Coincidentally, both Nimoy and his The Boston Kid co-star, Richard Backlund, passed away on the same day, February 27, 2015. This shared date of passing is a notable coincidence in their careers.
And we do not live in fear of war. That's true. I also know something.
During the filming of the Outer Limits episode The Architects of Fear, actor Robert Culp had a memorable experience. To create the illusion of a mutated character, Culp wore heavy prosthetic makeup that took 8 hours to apply. In one scene, Culp, wearing the heavy makeup, had to run up a hill. Exhausted, he stumbled and fell, but instead of shouting cut, director Byron Haskin kept the cameras rolling. Culp, realizing this, got up and continued the scene, capturing a raw and genuine reaction. In another instance, actress Sally Kellerman, who starred in Controlled Experiment, had a frightening experience. During a scene where her character is terrorized by an alien, the prop alien malfunctioned and moved unexpectedly, causing Kellerman to scream genuinely in terror. The director decided to keep the unplanned reaction, adding to the episode's eerie atmosphere. The Outer Limits was known for its innovative special effects, but they often caused challenges for the cast and crew. In The Six Finger, a scene required actor David McCallum's character to have a dramatically elongated finger. The prop department created a fake finger, but it was so heavy that McCallum struggled to move it naturally. After several takes, McCallum suggested filling the finger with foam, which made it lighter and more manageable. Despite these challenges, the cast and crew of The Outer Limits formed a close-knit community. They often spent long hours together, leading to camaraderie and shared memories. Actor Adam West, who appeared in the Zandy Misfits, recalled the production as a family atmosphere where everyone supported each other. This sense of community contributed to the show's unique charm and enduring popularity.
Very simple, but I can translate perhaps 70% of everything they say.
Leonard Nimoy and voice actor Frank Welker share an interesting connection, having both been associated with the characters Spock and Galvatron. In Star Trek III: The Search for Spock, Welker provided the screams for the young Spock, while Nimoy voiced Galvatron in the Transformers the movie. George Macready's distinctive scar, located on his right cheek, was the result of a car accident during his college days. While riding in a Model T Ford, Macready's vehicle hit an icy patch and crashed into a telephone pole. The impact caused Macready to go through the windshield, resulting in a severe injury that required stitches from a nearby veterinarian. Unfortunately, the veterinarian did not properly wash up, leading to Macready contracting scarlet fever. The Duplicate Man episode of The Outer Limits features the famous Chemosphere house, designed by architect John Lautner. Although only a few exterior shots of the house are shown, the interior shots were filmed on a set designed to resemble the house's unique interior.
Something that blends in with snow. Underneath that coat, there's a layer of what we call a lymphoid tissue.
The Outer Limits, a 1963 sci-fi TV series, holds a significant place in film history. It is known for its unique storytelling, which combines elements of horror, fantasy, and psychological thriller. The show's innovative use of monsters and aliens as metaphors for human fears and concerns was a fresh approach at the time, and it has since inspired many filmmakers. The Outer Limits had a substantial impact on future filmmaking, particularly in the genres of science fiction and horror. Its episodic format, with each episode telling a self-contained story, has been adopted by numerous anthology series and films. The show's emphasis on thought-provoking narratives and exploration of societal issues has also been influential. Several subsequent works have been inspired by The Outer Limits. For instance, the 1995 revival of the series, which ran for 7 seasons, was a direct continuation of the original. Additionally, films like A Quiet Place and The Twilight Zone bear the influence of The Outer Limits, with their blend of suspense, science fiction, and exploration of human nature. In essence, The Outer Limits has left a lasting legacy in the film industry, influencing the way stories are told and shaping the genres of science fiction and horror. Its innovative storytelling and exploration of societal issues continue to inspire filmmakers today.
Again,
There's a way to ease off through power.
The Outer Limits, a 1960s TV series, underwent significant changes in its second season. Tensions arose when the creator, Leslie Stephen, confronted ABC over a $700 invoice, leading to his dismissal as a scriptwriter. Similarly, the main writer, Joseph Stefano, left due to the series' move to a less popular time slot. Even the theme music was changed under new producer Ben Brady's leadership. Leonard Nimoy, known for his role as Spock in the Star Trek franchise, is another notable figure. He played the same character across 3 different series, a testament to his enduring influence in the sci-fi genre. Actress Sally Kellerman, while not directly linked to The Outer Limits, also has an interesting connection. She shared the stage with Regina Taylor and Terry Hatcher in Eve in Slur's The Vagina Monologues in 22, demonstrating her versatility in various forms of media.
That never occurred to you before?
Yes, but...
Leonard Nimoy, best known for his role as Spock in Star Trek, passed away just 2 days before Harve Bennett, with whom he collaborated on several projects. Nimoy's association with Star Trek began when the show's writers and producers were looking for a tall, thin actor to play an alien crew member. After remembering Nimoy's work in Roddenberry's first TV series, The Lieutenant, they invited him to visit the sets and props and eventually offered him the role. Nimoy's impact on Star Trek extended beyond his acting, as the mineral yaminium sulfide in Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home was named after him. The name is yaminium spelled backwards, which is Nimoy spelled forwards. This serves as a testament to Nimoy's enduring legacy in the world of science fiction and pop culture.
I'm lost at Mike. Maybe what you need is one more fight. Really life and...
Leonard Nimoy is best known for his role as Spock in the Star Trek film series, which was released over 5 decades from the 1970s to the 2010s. George Macready, a Brown University alumnus, was an established actor in the 1930s, touring the provinces with Catherine Cornell in Romeo and Juliet, and the Barretts of Wimpole Street. Sally Kellerman, an actress and singer, turned down roles in several notable films such as Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, The Poseidon Adventure, Nashville, and A Wedding, choosing instead to focus on her singing and family. Henry Silva's career took a turn in 1965 when he was offered a lead role in a spaghetti western, marking his rise to fame in various countries. Meanwhile, Leonard Nimoy had a significant online presence at the time of his passing, with a Twitter account followed by over 1 million people. His list of followed accounts included celebrities, museums, and Trek Movie.com. As for Sally Kellerman, she pursued stage work in the 2000s, performing in Tito Zanzani and a revival of The Wild Party.
Mom, can't you, baby?
In the 1963 series, The Outer Limits, several actors, including Leonard Nimoy, David McCallum, Cliff Robertson, Barbara Rush, and Peter Breck, made appearances who later worked on other notable projects. Nimoy, in particular, is known for inventing the Vulcan nerve pinch concept on Star Trek, which allowed Spock to overpower adversaries without violence. This move has since become a cultural icon. There has been a long-standing rumor that Nimoy recorded Orson Welles' dialogue as Unicron in the Transformers the movie due to their similar deep voices. However, voice actress Susan Blue has confirmed that Welles recorded all his lines before his death. Despite this, Nimoy's distinctive voice has left an indelible mark in the world of science fiction and beyond. Don Gordon, a character actor known for his rugged appearance and versatile performances, made his mark in science fiction with notable roles in The Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits, and The Invaders. In the original Outer Limits series, which aired from 1963, Gordon played desperate men on both sides of the law, making him a perfect fit for the show's intense and thought-provoking storylines. Leonard Nimoy, best known for his role as Spock in Star Trek, worked with voice actor Frank Welker in 4 films, including Star Trek III: The Search for Spock, The Transformers the Movie, The Pagemaster, and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. The Outer Limits opened with a control voice narrating the first 3 episodes, but executives wanted to see the show's iconic bear first. Starting with the 4th episode, the bear appeared at the beginning of each show, followed by the control voice narration, a commercial, and then the episode's prelude. This format continued throughout the first season and into the second, with the bear and control voice prelude appearing at the beginning of each episode until the series finale.
I leave that detail in your hands. Thank you, sir. And now, we're ready for the second.
George Macready, an actor known for his roles in Commando's Strike at Dawn and The Return of Count Yurga, had an interesting connection to his early and late career performances. In his debut, he played a schoolteacher writing a novel, while in his final film, he portrayed a professor, with his last line being about his book. The first season finale of The Outer Limits, titled The Forms of Things Unknown, was originally intended to be a pilot for the series. However, when it was rejected, it was used as an episode instead. 5 episodes of The Outer Limits were remade for later seasons, including I, Robot, A Feasibility Study, Nightmare, and The Inheritors Part I, and Roman 2. However, it's worth noting that The Outer Limits: The Human Factor and The Outer Limits: The Human Factor have no connection beyond the title. Overall, these facts highlight the interconnectedness of the show and its actors' careers, as well as the creative decisions made during the production of The Outer Limits. Leonard Nimoy, known for his role as Spock in Star Trek, had a career that extended beyond the famous series. Before his Star Trek days, he appeared in the television show Wagon Train, which shares a connection to Star Trek as it was originally titled Wagon Train to the Stars. Nimoy's voice was also utilized in the introduction at the Muger Omni Theater in Boston. In addition to his work on Star Trek and Wagon Train, Nimoy lent his voice to the re-emerged Megatron, known as Galvatron, in the Transformers the movie in 1986. Interestingly, Nimoy's wife, Susan Bay Nimoy, is a cousin of Michael Bay, who later reinvented Megatron for the Transformers film in 2007. Nimoy's contributions to the entertainment industry extended beyond his acting roles, leaving a lasting impact on both television and film.
I don't think I'd enjoy that. My parents always said it.
Leonard Nimoy, known for his role as Spock in Star Trek, appeared in episodes of 3 different series with George Takei and Nichelle Nichols. The sign he makes with his hand is derived from a blessing gesture performed by Jewish priests, the Kohanim. Henry Silva, who also appeared in The Outer Limits, was born in Brooklyn to a Spanish mother and an Italian father. He decided to become an actor at the age of 8, inspired by his mother's storytelling. Silva left Brooklyn when he was only 5 months old and was raised by his mother after his father left when he was 3 months old. He provides an audio commentary for the DVD version of The Return of Mr. Moto, where he discusses his heritage. The episode The Outer Limits Nightmare was initially set to air on November 25, 1963. However, it was postponed for a week due to the coverage of President John F. Kennedy's state funeral. Many guest stars in the series had been impacted by the blacklist a decade prior, making this their first appearance before a camera in years. Among them were Jeff Corey, Marcia Hunt, Kurt Conway, Lloyd Goh, Howard Da Silva, and Sam Wanamaker. Leonard Nimoy, known for his role as Spock in Star Trek, had previously worked with James Doohan in 3 different series Star Trek the Animated Series, and Duckman Private Dick Family Man. His career intersected with Doohan's in various productions, showcasing their long-standing professional relationship.
I could have selected any one of you down there.
Sally Kellerman, known for her role in Women Behind Bars, took over for Adrienne Barbeau in the play at the Roxy Theater after being noticed in Verna Yuso Girl. The Outer Limits, a popular series among younger viewers, was unfortunately moved to an inappropriate time slot on ABC for its 2nd season, leading to its cancellation. The series was previously a hit, airing on Monday nights. However, it was shifted to 7:30 p.m. Saturday a time when younger viewers were less likely to be watching TV. Furthermore, it was scheduled opposite Jackie Gleason American Scene magazine on CBS, which contributed to its low ratings. George Macready, who had appeared in The Diamond as Big as the Ritz and Thunder in the Night, was an accomplished actor who had a knack for choosing roles that showcased his talent.
What's wrong between you two?
Geraldine Brooks, an actress in The Outer Limits, had a personal connection to the entertainment industry as her father, James E. Strook, was the president of the Strook Theatrical Supplies Company. The series narration: there is nothing wrong with your sound system. Do not attempt to adjust the volume. Where Now Control Transmissions is reprised in the song We Control the Sound by W&W and Headhunters. Conrad L. Hall, the director of photography for many of the show's first season episodes, later received 10 Academy Award nominations and won 3 Oscars for Best Cinematography. His work on The Outer Limits was a significant starting point in his successful career. George Macready, along with Vincent Price, established the Little Gallery in Beverly Hills in 1943, which became a popular spot for celebrities such as Katharine Hepburn and Greta Garbo. However, they eventually closed the gallery due to their busy film careers. Leonard Nimoy took over as the Friday night host for the Mutual Radio Theater on Mutual Radio in 1980 after Richard Widmark's departure. Martin Landau declined the role of Carl Grissom in Batman, which was later given to Jack Palance, with whom Landau had previously worked in Alone in the Dark.
Maybe we could all use another chance. I know I could.
Leonard Nimoy, known for his role as Spock in Star Trek, drew inspiration for the Vulcan salute from his childhood experiences in a synagogue. He saw a gesture made by Kohanim during a blessing, which formed the shape of the Hebrew letter Shin, the first letter in the name of the Almighty, Shaddai. Actress Sally Kellerman, around April 19 to May 21, 1995, starred in the titular role of Auntie Mame at the Mall's Jupiter Theater. Simultaneously, she performed in back-to-back plays in Boston and Edmonton. In Boston, she played Martha in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and later starred in The Lay of the Land with Michael Hogan in Edmonton. Kellerman had a close relationship with her mentor, Jennifer Jones. They attended group therapy sessions together, where Kellerman met Jonathan D. Crane in 1978. They started dating and married in 1980, but separated in 1994 and 1997 due to Crane's affair with Nastasia Kinski. They reconciled in 1999 and remained together until Crane's sudden death in 2016.
Can't look into their eyes.
But you can hear what they're thinking. If you have...
In the early 1960s, The Outer Limits was a popular science fiction television series known for its title Please Stand By, which was changed due to fears surrounding the Cuban Missile Crisis. The show's commercial breaks featured the control voice instructing viewers to please stand by, leaving a lasting impression. During this time, Leonard Nimoy, who would later become famous for his role as Spock in Star Trek, was the subject of a crush by news anchor Ann Curry. In a 29 interview on Today, Curry admitted her admiration for Nimoy, surprising him on stage and expressing her admiration. Nimoy, flattered, praised her good taste. In the world of music, Sally Kellerman, who appeared in The Outer Limits, had a brief encounter with Barry Manilow before he became a major recording star. Kellerman, who had signed a contract with Verve Records at 18 but never performed live due to stage fright, released her first album, Roll with the Feelin', in 1972. Manilow produced 4 tracks for her second album, Sally, released in 2009, but his label showed no interest. Despite these setbacks, Kellerman's music career continued to thrive.
That's him.
Leonard Nimoy, best known as Spock in Star Trek, shares a unique connection with Carl Steven. Both played different versions of the same character in Star Trek III: The Search for Spock, and they also portrayed Mel Mermelstein in the 1991 TV movie Never Forget. Henry Silva, known for his role in The Outer Limits, has early roots in Manhattan. The 1930 census lists him as Harry, living with his divorced mother. Interestingly, both his parents were born in Puerto Rico. Sally Kellerman, another Outer Limits actor, had an unexpected high school experience. She was part of an all-male quartet, the Four Preps, where she performed alongside Yvette Mimieux.
Tomorrow, next year or the next, half the population of the Earth would volunteer to...
Leonard Nimoy, best known for his role as Spock in Star Trek, made a guest appearance at a Save the Rose Theatre event in London. Coincidentally, his Star Trek co-star, Mark Lenard, was also in town for various film industry conventions during the same weekend. Nimoy and Shatner both developed tinnitus, or ringing in the ears, after an explosion during the filming of the episode Arena. In other casting news, Sally Kellerman was initially hesitant to take on the role of Diane Clooney in The Boston Strangler. However, after receiving a phone call from Shirley Fonda, who was representing Henry Fonda, Kellerman reconsidered. Fonda expressed his admiration for Kellerman's work and encouraged her to join the film. Kellerman's decision to accept the role ultimately led to her successful career in the film industry.
Too special to be marred by bloodshed and pain. So before you...
The Outer Limits, a 1960s TV series, had some fascinating behind-the-scenes stories. Many scenes and some entire episodes were filmed at the series creator Joseph Stefano's house, known as Villa di Stefano. This location served as the production company's base. George Macready, an actor in the series, formed a close friendship with Vincent Price during their stage performances in Victoria Regina. Vincent Price described Macready as a swell egg in a letter home, highlighting their bond. Martin Landau, another actor, had a family history of immigration. His parents, Major Joel Landau and Selma Butchman, were immigrants from Austria. They had 2 daughters and a machinist father who worked for a sewing machine company. Landau's family background contributed to his unique perspective as an actor in the series.
Get out of here!
Martin Landau, an accomplished actor known for his work in television, began his career as a newspaper artist and cartoonist. He made guest appearances on both the 1959 and 1985 versions of The Twilight Zone. The Outer Limits, a science fiction series that aired from 1963 to 1965, featured Landau in several episodes. The series finale, The Probe, was originally followed by a live announcer informing viewers of the upcoming King family show, rather than the Control Voice's closing statement. Landau's contributions to The Outer Limits and other science fiction shows have left a lasting impact on the genre. In the 1963 TV series, The Outer Limits, a shocking accident took place during the production of the episode The Galaxy Being. A prop technician named Bill Malone was tragically killed when a metal disc, part of the alien creature's costume, flew off and struck him in the head. This unfortunate incident led to a halt in the filming and resulted in significant changes to the show's safety protocols. The Outer Limits was known for its innovative storytelling and visual effects, which often required the creation of unique props and costumes. The production team worked diligently to bring the show's science fiction narratives to life, but the accident served as a stark reminder of the importance of safety on set. The incident deeply affected the cast and crew, who had to come to terms with the loss of their colleague. Despite the tragedy, the production resumed, and the team made sure to implement stricter safety measures to prevent similar accidents in the future. The Outer Limits continued to air, captivating audiences with its thought-provoking stories and groundbreaking visuals. However, the memory of the accident remained, serving as a solemn reminder of the risks and responsibilities involved in television production.
You need me to punish you, Randolph? You sensitive and defiant drifters are all sweet musicians at heart.
If The Outer Limits from 1963 left an impression on you, we'd love to hear your stories. Share your memories and experiences related to this classic TV series. How did it affect you personally? In what ways did it influence your view of cinema? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cinematic explorations. Your engagement helps us create content that matters to you. Let's keep the conversation going.